It's Saturday evening. Good evening to you. I'm Meteorologist Ryan Hoke with another edition of the Hokey video blog, filling in for Andy Weingarten, who is consequently filling in for me tomorrow. We've done a little swap here. He'll be on Wave 3 News Sunday Sunrise starting at 5 a.m. We've now got another winter storm in our rear view mirror. Things with this one were a lot messier than with the last winter storm when it was just straight up snow, and we just had to worry about where the snow was going to set up. This one we had rain. We had freezing rain, and we had snow, and we had sleet to contend with. That made the forecast particularly difficult. In fact, we couldn't give out really too many specifics even just the night before this happened. And of course, this morning we saw what all happened there. Freezing rain and sleet mainly from Louisville southward. Areas north of the river, you guys picked up some snowfall. Outside this evening, though, because we do have the slush, the snow on the ground, and slightly warmer air on top of that, we're now starting to see lower visibilities thanks to fog. A lot of questions this evening about freezing fog. Could we see some of that? I think that could be a possibility for some patchy freezing fog as we go throughout the overnight hours. Still 34 degrees here in Metro Louisville. We've gone down about 3 degrees here over the past couple of hours. Areas from Jasper on over to North Vernon, Austin, you guys are down into the freezing mark territory now. So if you're seeing any fog there, it could be refreezing. Also, the roads just aren't great. The main roads, the interstates, they're all right, but subdivisions, back roads, side roads, rural roads, county roads, not doing very well right now because we've got slush on them, and in some cases they're snow covered, especially the farther north you go. And tonight, we dip into the 20s. That's not good. We're going to have a refreeze threat because we've had so much water come from this system. Plain rain down in parts of Kentucky this afternoon caused a few roof collapses on some structures down toward Adair County, even south of in areas of LaRue County as well. It's off to our east now. All the precipitation, it's out of here. Tomorrow we may see a flurry or two, but otherwise this is not going to be a big deal. Who cashed in on the snow today? Well, it was Lawrence, Jackson, and Jennings counties. Reports of up to 3 to 5 inches of snow fell up there today. And of course, temperatures did go above freezing for a couple hours up there, so that did help things out a little bit with travel. But still, not a good situation with a lot of the roads across the region. You'll notice the heavier precip off to the east of the mountains of East Tennessee. The snow up in the northeast at this time. Look at that. Boston getting more snow. Imagine that. It's been quite a season for them up there, and quite a late season for us here. We've gone through 2 storms. Will this be the last one? I don't think so. We've got a pattern that's going to be favoring another storm as we go throughout the next several days. We'll talk about it coming up here in just a second. No guarantees at this point, obviously, because it's so far out. Let's get through tonight. First, by 2 o'clock in the morning, we're squarely in the 20s. Roads will be refreezing by that time, all right? Road crews will be able to treat the main roads. They should be just fine because I think that we won't get down to a temperature where the treatment won't work. So those should be all right. It's just the side streets, those back roads, they're going to be a mess tonight. So, hey, if you can stay in, do so. We're under a traveler's advisory because of it. 6 a.m. on your Sunday. You're probably thinking, can I head out to Sunday services? Yes, the main roads will be fine, as we said before, but still, by Sunday morning, I think the refreeze threat will be even worse because we will have been under these cold conditions for longer. Already, the pavement temperature is pretty close to that freezing mark, and I think an overnight in the 20s is going to definitely help that cool down quite a bit. Of course, by 12:30, we hit near our high temperature of 31. Futurecast tries to get us up to 32, 33, but I think we'll be largely falling as we go throughout your Sunday. Colder air mass comes into the forecast by that point, and that's when we'll be watching probably another refreeze threat even as we go into Monday morning. Will it be as bad as tonight? I don't think so. Road crews will have more time by them to get on some of those roads, and we'll also have some drying that'll probably happen tomorrow as well, so probably not quite as bad. There's the traveler's advisory, though. For most of our 29 counties, it's until 7 tomorrow morning, Eastern Time. Temps down in the 20s, creating that refreeze threat, but nothing will be falling from the sky tonight, all right? That's going to be the main message that you'll want to take home. Visibilities, they will be dropping as we go throughout the overnight, though, so be careful. Could have some patchy freezing fog out there that may accumulate on a few surfaces, especially some of those roadways, but again, treated roads, they should be okay as we go throughout the overnight. Here's how things go, though, as we go throughout the next week in terms of cold air. First cold shot comes in as we go throughout Sunday night into Monday. Look what happens Monday morning. Yeah, -2, 2 below zero, to 7 degrees for overnight lows Monday morning. That's going to be possible. The 2 below zero, probably up in southern Indiana where the fresh snowpack is. But here in Louisville, I'm thinking around 7. Highs only in the teens by Monday afternoon. And by Tuesday a.m., I think we'll actually be a little colder here in the metro. 4 degrees. Maybe 1 below zero in southern Indiana, depending on if that snowpack stays around as we go throughout that time frame, which I think it will, because, hey, highs are only going to be in the teens. Here comes another cold shot. This one, we'll have to see how powerful it is. Some models saying it could be even more powerful than the one we see Sunday night into Monday. I'll have to watch that. Right now, I'm being a little conservative on the temperature forecast there. 5 to 10 Thursday morning. Of course, colder in southern Indiana. And then 0 to 5 Friday morning. So I think we've got a few chances here to go at 0 or below in those very coldest areas in southern Indiana where the maximum snowpack from the last system, the one we saw this morning, would be. So Lawrence, Jackson, Jennings, you guys are in the max threat zone pretty much for those kind of temperatures. Here's the next system we're tracking. I alluded to it earlier. Looks like Saturday we're going to have another one of these areas of low pressure coming out of probably Texas by this point, moving on up into the Appalachian Mountain region. The question is, does it move over us? Does it move to the east? Does it move along the Gulf Coast? What does it do? A lot of the models are suggesting this one may give us a snow threat. I've put in a pretty hefty snow chance for at least this distance out in time because there's a lot of model agreement on at least a system moving through. We'll have to see how it works. We've got just about a full week to figure this one out, but I will say that the pattern, the way it's going, would be favorable for a storm like this. More headaches ahead. Get the ibuprofen ready. Here's a 7-day breakdown. You'll see 18 degrees Monday afternoon. We warm up, if you can call it that, by Tuesday to 28. Got a flurry chance on Wednesday. I have reduced that from previous forecast. I don't think there's going to be enough of a kick in the atmosphere to really get this going too much, but we'll watch it. We may have to raise it in a subsequent forecast if that comes back. But look at those lows. 4 Tuesday morning, 5 Friday morning, and again, this is in the city. Outlying suburbs, rural areas, of course, getting down much lower than that. There's that 40% chance for rain or snow as we go throughout Saturday. Plenty of time to figure that one out over the next week. For now, I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Thanks for joining us on the Hokey video blog. I'll see you tomorrow night.